have been hired to do a job.
Yes.
And it is to what? Walk us through this.
Well, we're making a sign to go in Allendale County. This is going to be at one of the parks in Allendale. It is very, very big. It's going to be 16 feet wide and 6 feet tall. It's the word hope. We're cutting out the letters. This is the H right here. And we've got 3 more pieces of plywood. Each one is a different letter, obviously H-O-P-E.
Yeah.
So the goal is that we're going to get these standing up and I'm going to paint them. And we'll see how it goes. We're kind of just making it up as we go.
And inside of each letter, you're going to have some things going on, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just a solid color letter. It's going to be like lots of things going on that pertain to Allendale County.
It's actually the state bird, the Carolina wren. That is kind of the theme, is the Carolina wren.
Okay, okay, so. I got you. Well, so we've got this one marked. This is 3/4 inch plywood we're using. It's treated. Obviously, it's going outside, but we're actually going. We have actually got an outdoor, like a polyurethane that goes over top of it after you get done, to give it some more protection against the elements. So we're going to be busy cutting this one and do it. All right, so we used our trusty skill saw. We have an H. We did a skill saw on all of it except for just, we were able to do it except for just on these inside right here. It's hard to get it without going too far. So used a jigsaw to finish it off. Could have used the jigsaw for the whole thing, but that saw's a lot quicker. So there's our H. Of course, we have to sand it some and then of course, obviously you got to paint it and all that stuff, right? So now on to the O.
Yes.
O. Now we got our H done and it is sanded and we're moving to the O. Now the O,
hardest letter.
Probably the hardest one.
I hope it's, well, no.
The P
it's the hardest.
The P's a little bit, but not quite like this. But so never done this before. So we're just kind of making it up as we go, right?
Yeah.
And it's cool. So you're trying to figure out the curve on the O. And of course, once you get one, we're going to cut it out and we're going to use that one for all the corners.
That way they all match up, they're all the same.
Right. So I think this is probably the best way to do it, as long as you start.
There are probably a lot more professional ways, but this is what we're working with.
This is redneck ingenuity right here. Come on.
We are resourceful.
We're on P. I mean, we're on the letter P, right? So you see the leg, and so we got the H and the O inside, and we are working on getting this middle cut out, as Emery has, you know, drawn it out, traced it out. So we're going to be cutting these edges off with a jigsaw. But just in case you are new to this type stuff and you're wondering how can you get this cut out, you may have some special equipment, but we're just using a good old-fashioned drill, and we're picking a spot, say right here, and just drilling a hole there and got it. So now our blade will fit right down in there and we can start cutting, and that's it. So we'll get this cut out. It's like hoppy, oh, hope.
Yeah. I wish we could get them all in one wall, but these are some really big letters.
Okay, so all in all, we got 4 foot by 6 foot letters, and kind of just wing it on the spacing as far as your spacing and stuff like that, right? First time ever done anything like this, but this is going in a very public area. And now that we've got the letters done, you are going to put some primer on, and then you're going to paint over that too as well, and then you're going to do some design and stuff inside these letters, right? And we've got some boards over here that we're going to use for the support on the back side of it, and then we're going to anchor them down with some mobile home anchors, actually, from our local hardware store. Seems like it's probably the best way to go. So anyway, we still got a ways to go, so let's get busy doing this. So here we are in Allendale, South Carolina, and this is a really cool project. And the letters that we made, we're standing at the back of it. We want to show you how we're doing this, so that just in case you decide to do it, there's probably 100 ways to do it. Just how we decided to do it. We're trying to do it the most economical way too. And so let me show you. All right, so just so everybody knows, she's coming back to paint this back when we're done. But that way, because somebody's gonna see that and say, oh my gosh, right?
Yeah, how could she?
How could she? So here's what we did. We're bracing this with treated 2x4s, and these letters are 4x6 each. And so what we did is went and bought 6 8-foot 2x4s, all treated, and cut at angle. And we have a 3-foot board going this way, it's just straight. And then we're angled in here. And don't ask me the angles because I have no idea, but it works for us. And then we're screwing it in from the front. I don't want to show you the front yet because I don't want to show you till it's done. And then screwing it in down here. Same thing on all of them. You can choose wherever you want to do it on the letters. We've kind of got a strategy here. We think this is where it's going to be strongest. And then we're coming back with these mobile home anchors that Josiah's going to put in the ground. We're going to anchor those down in the ground right there in between the signs. And then we're going to take this 2x4 that's treated. We've already drilled holes in it, and it's going to go down in the ground. Well, actually, it's going to go right in this area of the mobile home anchor right there. It fits perfect right down in there. And our holes, we've got some galvanized bolts to go right in there through that. So we're gonna get busy anchoring this down, and then we'll show you what it looks like.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so here's what we got. We got our 2x4, we've got our anchor in the ground. We've already pre-drilled our holes because we don't have power out here, and it was best to do that back where we came from. So we're gonna take these bolts, galvanized by the way, and we're just gonna push them through. This one as well. And then once we get that through, we put our washers on and our nuts and tighten it up. Obviously you can hand tighten it, but get you a wrench or socket set or something. Finish tighten it up, and that should anchor it down. Those mobile home anchors were like $12 a piece at our local hardware store. I think one of the least expensive ways to anchor it down, and better than concrete, because concrete, well, it's a little bit more permanent. They may want to move this at some point. So then we're going to take our board, and we're going to put 2 screws in here and then 2 screws in over here, and we will be rocking and rolling. Okay, the back is anchored down. You can see our anchor's in the ground right there. Everything's screwed in together. We've cut the excess off, and we've actually took an extra step here and just did these extra 2x4 pieces that we cut off and just did it in between the letters. So now it's time. You ready for this?
Yeah, the big reveal.
Here we go.
I haven't painted the back yet, but you know.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, I feel like this is crazy. Here we go. Cha-cha! Yes, the Carolina Wren. That looks amazing, Emery. We've even got some guests. Look here, we got some guests coming and everything.